Yeah, I remember being brought to watch Exeter play Newcastle in a cup match, which I think is one of the ones that everybody says, oh yeah, I was at that game, which we beat Newcastle at St James's Park, so I obviously brought a bit of luck that day, along with everybody else that came. And I was just brought along by my father. But I think other than that, never really sort of came to football, was more playing football and busy on a Saturday afternoon. But when we were in the conference and Paul came on board, I think one of the first things he was more interested in was actually the facilities in and around the club. And when you've got a team that's coming into training and the facilities you've got aren't particularly sort of brilliant, then I think it's Paul that instigated the fact that the club needed to have proper groundsmen that sort of knew their trade. But I was quite surprised really when I came back and watched the game from the boardroom with Julian as to how much better it is watching a game live actually in the stadium than sat at home watching on the telly. And that sort of excited me about coming here. What happened about 2 years ago is our stadium manager left, which then, rather than employ another stadium manager, his role became part of my role. So head groundsman, stadium manager, estates manager, that's how that evolved. And then we brought in a deputy for myself, Charlie or Chaz, who would be able to put his hand to the green stuff, basically looking after the pitches as well as I can, but also Google tools and stuff, who is more than capable of relieving me to have a little bit of holiday, but also there's sort of two good hands on the job really. And then under us there are two other full-timers. There's Big Dave, everybody knows, and Joe, who we sort of are the four full-timers. There's a part-time guy, John Fox, who's been here forever, who comes in, and his week generally starts by cleaning up the changing rooms after match days, and then he's the main one that helps clear all the rubbish out of the ground. And then there's an army of volunteers which make our world considerably easier. There's not many occasions where we have to physically come in and start sweeping up and clearing away bottles from stands, because our volunteers have done that, starting with all the people that stay behind after a match and sweep the stands on a match day. And then when we come in Monday morning, there's generally a group of 5 or 6 chaps that are sort of retired, semi-retired, that come in and enjoy picking up tools, doing a bit of carpentry, cleaning up, putting up signs, doing all sorts of things really, who make my world a lot easier by the fact that there's lots of other people to give tasks to, and they're more than capable and competent, and they do a lot of our maintenance around this site, and at the Cat and Fiddle there's a small group down there as well. With that set of volunteers, without them there's no capable way we could get around and fix everything. I mean, even now there is too much of a workload for us and the volunteers, but we just keep plugging away day in day out. We just keep, a lot of things get prioritised. Some people have to wait a little while. We've got this thing, if you wait long enough, what you need or what you're looking for will eventually sort of, you'll come across or end up in your lap. So we're proud every time we get a game played on St James's Park really. But one of probably our biggest achievements, we played Sheffield Wednesday, and it had been sort of snowing up to the game, and we actually cleared the pitch of the snow and managed to get the game played and started. It was the only game played in League 1 and 2 on that particular weekend. I think it was the weekend before Christmas, and then we actually went and thumped them 5-1, so that was a great feeling. And I remember as I left in the evening, it was about 6:30, walking towards the car park, the phone went, and it was one of the guys from the Football League show that they play every night, and said, I'm from the Football League show, can we do a little interview? And I'm just, yeah, right, okay, I thought it was somebody just taking the mickey. But then when I sit down and watch a Football League show later in the night, I mean, we've got a massive big gap where Exeter City games being played, and then this interview with me comes on at the end of it as well. So that was, that doesn't happen very often. Every day's really different, and what keeps me here is the fact that there's just so much further that this club can go. When I look back at what we've achieved since I've been here, and now the condition of the pitches and the facilities, there's still so much further and so much more we could do. So it's not going to be one of those jobs that ever you think, right, that's it, now I've done my time here, there's nothing more for me to do. So yeah, there's plenty of challenges, plenty more to come.